Hello my dear friends, so welcome back, welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. Today in this video, let's try to understand the Gemini Ascendant. Who are these folks? Why their life is always about multitasking? What are their other aspects of life? Their married life, how is their happiness, their career, their professional growth? What are the major circumstances or the major ups and downs that they are experiencing through their 8th house? And what are the transformations that are going to happen in their life? I'm going to explain you everything in detail in this video. See, first of all, if I talk about Gemini, these people are like that I told you, multitaskers, because it is very difficult for them to concentrate their mind upon one thing for a longer duration of time. Also, it is very difficult for them to stay at one position for a longer duration of time. Suppose they are working in some job like environment, so then it is very difficult for them to stay at that job for like around 20-50 years. They will immediately change because it is a air ascendant, and it is very difficult for any air ascendant, whether it is Gemini or Libra, to settle at one place, because their mind is constantly revolving. I have to do that thing, this thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. That business mindset, that business mentality of multitasking, doing this. They have to manage finance, that thing. So that is their main overall aspect, which is their core foundational value. Regarding their second house, if I talk about their family values, they are having that kind of an emotional connection with their family members. And this is the emotional connection which is seen before marriage and after marriage as well. So in both the families, they are having that kind of an emotional bond present inside them. But also, like I will tell you, these people are very difficult to understand, these individuals, because they are having that kind of an emotional mindset toward everything. And this is the part where cleverness come into role. Because here these people are very good in marketing, especially the emotional marketing. They know how to cry and how to attain something. They know how to show something and how to that thing. Because that emotional connection, they create such kind of an emotional environment around every people, whichever they meet in their life as well. And it is very difficult for them, you to judge them. Who are they actually? Are they really this thing, or are they pretending to be like that thing? So that cleverness, the level of cleverness is very high even in their family and their family values. They grown up in such a way that they tend to learn every aspect of the cleverness. Regarding their third house of their siblings, so here the kind of authoritativeness or the independentness come into play. And that is the main reason these Gemini ascendant people, they tend to shift from their job-like environment to the business aspect, or to be self-dependent. Because it is very difficult for them to work under someone, because third house represents your own efforts. So these people have to earn money using their own hardcore efforts. And the sign of Leo, that ego, so that's for the satisfaction of the ego, to prove themselves, yes, I have the ability and I will do that, they will shift their job-like scenarios to something, growing a company or something that. And that is why a lot of successful businessmen are also seen with this placement, that Gemini ascendant, extremely clever folks. Regarding their fourth house, they are very, very analytical. Like whenever you go inside their home or their home members, you meet with them, they all are going to be very analytical. Okay, this. Like, the proper place to keep the things, like in home, you have to keep this thing here, that thing here, that thing here, that thing here. So they are having that kind of analogy present inside their home. Also, like these people not only work in their career, like it is very difficult for them to work 8 hours a day, because it is in their fourth house. Whenever they are coming from their career to their home, it means that analytical sign and that level of intelligence is also coming to the home. So they will apply some kind of tricks and tips which is used in the career to their home environment as well. So that is also very, very perfect. Also, these people, they strive for to be the perfectionist, and it is very difficult for these individuals to achieve perfection, because their ascendant, that is not permitting them. The two energies, that is the mercurial energy in the first house and fourth house. So on the one hand, they are striving towards achieving the perfection, and on the other hand, the Gemini is forcing them to do something, or to do 10 to 15 different tasks. So that becomes the major challenge, that major challenging situation in these people's life. Regarding their fifth house of their children, their creativity, creative ideas, They have to maintain a proper balance between their career aspect, between their children, and between their money and that wealth circumstances as well. Because the fifth house, which is ruled by the sign of Libra, so where they have to maintain a proper balance. Okay, if I am giving this much time here, I have to give this much time here. If I am giving that much time to studies, I have to give that much time. Also, the speculation buys, it is a very, very good placement, because here the Libra tend to balance everything. And fifth house, which represents share market, stock market, gambling, so that is also going to be a very, very perfect placement, because the air signs, whenever like they are coming in the first house, their fifth house and the ninth house, so that trine houses are that are governed by the air signs or the air element. So you know the movement of money, movement of everything that is seen. Like that is why it is very, very, very easy for them to like understand what is business and the business perspectives, because they know the movement of money, how to rotate this thing. So that rotation in their fifth house is always seen. Also regarding their sixth house of their enemies and their day-to-day life, here like the planet Mars with its the sign of Scorpio is posited over there, and that is why these people have a lot of enemies in their life as well. It is very difficult for them to stay away from their away from their enemies, because the eighth house, that Mars like figure, it have that kind of a competitiveness that is coming through their sixth house. It means whether you are doing a job or a business, it means your competitors are going to be very, very headstrong, and you have to fight like maximum portion of your life or your mind. Your one portion of mind is always towards defeating your enemies, how to win the competition, how to overcome this difficulty, that obstacle, because that kind of a secrecy is also seen in their day-to-day life. It is very difficult to predict. As I already told you, these people are very unpredictable. You cannot predict them in the first attempt. Like, no, you are that much individual. Because that secrets they will also use in their day-to-day life. Like, suppose they are doing some kind of investment or some kind of initiative that they are going to take in their life. They will not tell any person. And you cannot judge whether they are doing that thing or that thing. Because they have the ability to keep it as a secret. Until and unless that thing will come in the action mode, I will keep that thing in a secret. So they have a lot of habit of keeping the secrets. Like it is a mentality of them, whether if I reveal this thing, then my competitor will steal this thing and they will utilize that secret in his or her business. So that mentality is also coming through the sixth house. Regarding their seventh house of marriage and married life, it is ruled by the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius represent that kind of a inner character or that kind of a philosophical person, because in their life they actually need someone who is having that kind of a Sagittarius energy present inside them, because their mind is completely, it is a very messy situation in their life. So they need that life partner who is having that kind of a understanding value, because on the other hand, the sign of Sagittarius, it represents a very high level of philosophy. Like these people tend to discuss around 1 to 2 hours upon one single topic. So here the Gemini people find a lot of attraction towards them. Oh my goodness, they are very stable. They are doing one thing at one time, how they are managing that thing. So that's why they find them very attractive. And also you will get spouse who is having that kind of a Sagittarius energy present inside his or her. Whether like you are a male or a female, you can consider. But you always try to find attraction towards that Sagittarius figure who is very full of wisdom, full of knowledge, who know all the clever tricks and clever tips, who have achieved everything, and that kind of philosophical figures. You find a lot of attraction towards them. Also, the sign of Sagittarius, it is a fiery element, and the seventh house represents a business as well. So here the real aggression or the real passion is coming through their seventh house. Like after their marriage especially, there are highly likely chances that you go in the field of business, or your wife or your spouse, he or she will motivate you to do something of your own. Like you must have to be in the field of business or that thing, because the fire element, whenever fire represents a passion. So the passion towards business, although like it also so passion towards your married life or your life partner, but passion towards business is also coming through the seventh house, and that is the major transformation that is coming through in their life, and that thing is also seen through their 8th house, which is ruled by the sign of Capricorn. Because here the fixations and phobias kind of a things in their 10th house, it become very difficult for you to mold them, to change them. But it is possible their spouse, after getting married, they have the tendency to, okay, I understand this thing, I have to do that thing. But before marriage, it is very difficult for you to understand them or to provide them the better understanding, because the 8th house, they are very fixed about that no, I have to be like, when the sudden ups and downs, whenever you put the earth element over there, it creates some kind of a fixation or phobia. Suppose they are believing that thing is true, and they constantly on believing that thing is true. If they believe in something, then they truly believe in that thing. And if they don't believe, then it become not possible for any other human being to like, okay, believe in that thing. They will never ever going to believe. Also, whenever the major transformations are coming in their life through their 8th house, that is also going to impact their 9th house of the belief system as well. Because then their belief system towards things are going to change. Because both the houses that are governed by planet Saturn. Also, it will give them a very long life. Like they tend to live a longer life rather than any other ascendants. Because the sign of Saturn, it will give that kind of a longer duration of life. But for that, we have to see other aspects as well. But whenever they are going through their major transformation from the 8th house, then the 11th house, their higher belief system, they tend to then frame their own philosophies. Okay, first time I'm wrong, but now I believe that is the correct picture. I have to work around that thing in my life. And that is the circulation path. They will constantly revolve around that the first house, 5th house, and 9th house. Firstly, they are doing multitasking, then managing a proper balance, then changing in belief system. Again, the cycle will rotate. So that is seen through the 9th house of the belief system as well. Regarding their 10th house of career, here the trickier part comes into play, because it is ruled by the sign of Pisces, and it is a watery element. And water represents some kind of a deep emotions. So no matter whether they are doing some kind of a job, business, or any other thing, or any freelancing task, they will have the tendency to form that kind of a emotional bond with their career. You can also call them like they are married to their work. They are having that kind of a emotional bond or connection. Like they will die or they will not eat food, but they will do their own work, because that the emotions whenever comes into play with the 10th house of a career, these people, they become very hardworking people. No matter whether you are Gemini Ascendant or Libra Ascendant or any whenever the watery sign is posited in your 10th house, understand this thing. The sign of Pisces, it represents that kind of a very deep and dark something. That kind of a emotion with their career. No, I have to do this thing, I have to do that thing. And that competitive behavior from the 6th house, that is always guiding them. Because water, it is not a very stable water. Water is always keep on following. Similar case, like they will change from one career to another career to another career, but they will having, with every career, they tend to be emotionally involved with that kind of a career. Regarding their 11th house of incoming gains, again the sign of Mars, that is Aries, which make them very, very competitive. Like they know how to make the real money and how to rotate the money. Also, it is difficult for them to save money in initial stages of their life, because here whenever the Mars energy is connected with your 2nd house or your 11th house, it shows a complete business mindset. Okay, if I'm earning that much, I have to put in the investment, and then let's have to see. Like they are the real risk takers, especially for achieving their goals and that wishes and desires, because they are very over ambitious kind of a person, that having very big desires. That adventurous and that thrilling kind of a situation is always like they tend to do playful activities with their money, whether investing in the NFT, Bitcoin, some unstable share market, stock market. So they always keep on rotating the money, which make them upon doing that, they feel that proper balance in their life. And the last, regarding their 12th house, which represents their expenses and expenditure, it is ruled by the sign of Taurus. And here they whenever they try to spend money, they try to spend money big, or upon that thing that are very high in quality. because they are having that eye for detail. Okay, I have to buy this thing is really good. They appreciate the beauty behind everything in their life. Also regarding their investments, the sign of Taurus give them the financial understanding as well, and there are highly likely chances that suppose some expenses they are doing, that expenses will convert into their investment. So that thing is also seen with this placement. So that is the overall aspect of the Gemini Ascendant, guys. I hope you understand and like my video. If you have any queries regarding your birth chart, regarding business query, career consultation, marriage, anything you want to ask me, please shoot me an email, guys. Also, if you have any queries, please mention below the comments and hit the like button if you enjoyed this. I will meet you very, very soon in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.